Hi friends and colleagues, this is Dr. Amanda Rico of Rico Editorial Services, and I'm back with another video. Just starting 2020 on off right. So yeah, I'm back with another video that's about the top 3 things that your resume might be missing. Okay, so I really wanted to talk about this topic because resume rules are constantly changing, and they've changed a lot since 2020. Not since 2020, but during 2020 actually. And a lot of the reason for that is because so many recruiters and hiring managers are having to process so many documents, okay? There are a lot of people in the job market, and it's important to make sure that you can make those documents as readable as possible, as quickly as possible. Okay, so I wanted to provide some, actionable tips like I always do, but just some details on what your resume should have that it may not have right now. Okay, so your first point, all right, your resume may not have important details in the top 4th portion. Okay, now I say this because I look at a lot of resumes every single day. And what I see most often is that people have their contact details at the top and then they jump into work history and that's it. There's no executive summary. There's no details on, how they career achievements, accomplishments, anything like that to kind of hook the reader. That's wasted space, that's space that you could be using to really build out a career narrative or a career story and the things that you did best based off the target that you're aiming for. So really think of that top 4th portion of the resume as prime real estate, okay? And use it to highlight a few top career achievements. Let that recruiter or hiring manager know what you do best in an executive summary. Include some key skills with examples of how you've used those skills. Okay, so be very direct, very laser focused in the top 4th portion of that resume. Okay, the second thing that your resume may not have is very brief details about the companies you worked for. And what I mean by that is having just a very brief overview of the company itself right below the entry that you have in your work experience. Now, a lot of recruiters have started requesting this because, especially for career changers, people, for instance, if you're looking to hire someone in Microsoft and you have no idea of the oil and gas industry and you don't really know very much about Schlumberger or the size or the scope or something like that, it helps to have a little blur right below the company name that says Schlumberger was is a Fortune 500 company, multinational company that operates in 71 countries and blah, 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 right? So that then that hiring manager knows, okay, they were working for a large level company, okay, services company, an operator, right? All of these different things are important to mention so that, again, the scope and size will be clear to that hiring manager and then get a better sense of what your role was and what type of role you played at that company. Same thing with a startup. Also important to mention if it was a startup, because then they'll know, okay, they probably wore a lot of hats. Okay, they might be looking for that type of person. Okay, so it all helps kind of line up your career narrative. All right, so having that's important. And then your third and final thing, your resume may not have enough data. And I say this from experience. I see tons of resumes that have very little data. And it looks like, the details are pulled almost exactly from job descriptions, but with no added proven results or details. Now, absolutely, like I say over and over, use those job descriptions like a blueprint. Do pull phrases and terms from job descriptions. That's really helpful. But you have to combine it with actual accomplishments and results with data of what you've done. That's what a hiring manager is looking for, and that's what's going to set you apart. If you don't have examples of what you've done, you're just going to look like everyone else. Okay, so really make sure to hone in on what you do, what you did well, what sets you apart for that specific role, and then what types of examples you can provide that will set you apart for that job. Okay? Awesome. So I hope these tips have helped. Like usual, missing you guys here at home, here in Houston. It's nice and cold. We're here still in January. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Looking forward to chatting with you again on LinkedIn. And I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. So until next time, keep that hustle up.